Welcome, from is a Xiaomi Mi 10 Lite, and today I'll show you how to go through the setup process of the device. Now, when you boot it up for the first time, you'll be presented with the MIUI 12 welcome screen. So from here, simply tap on an arrow and select your language on the next page. So for me, it's going to be English. Then again, tap on an arrow to continue. Choose your region. So for me, it's already selected a correct one, but you can either search for it or choose the one from a list below. And again, tap on an arrow to continue. And then we have connect to network. Now, if you give it a second, as you've seen, it will find some networks. And this step is overall just an optional step. If you don't want to connect, you can completely skip this, which that's what I'm gonna do. But if you want to connect, you're free to do so. Once you connect to it, you will actually have an option to log into your Google account if that is something that you want to do, and if you skip it, you will not have that option. Then we have terms and conditions, so obviously we do have to agree to them. You can also read the user agreement right here if you want to, but from there, just check it and go forward. And then it's checking for a SIM card. If it doesn't find any, you can just simply check again if you insert it, or if you didn't insert it, you can skip this step anyway. And once you insert a SIM card, the phone will work without any kind of problem with it. You don't have to reboot it or do anything. Once you insert it, it will just work like it was there all the time. So I'm gonna skip this. Google services, so we have location, scanning, and send user and diagnostic data. Now you can read exactly what each one of them does, but in a brief version of it, location uses GPS tracking, scanning allows phone to scan things like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth devices, so it actually knows what to connect to. And then send user diagnostic data, scans how you use the device, and sends it to Google. So you can deselect all of them if you don't want to, and from there tap on more and accept at the bottom. And from here we can set up a passcode. So we have two different versions of it. We have fingerprint and screen lock. Now, if you go with screen lock, you can set up, well, just a screen lock, but if you want to set up fingerprint, you do also have to have a screen lock anyway. So I'm gonna go with only a screen lock, and then I'm gonna choose pattern, but you have a choice also between pin and pattern, or password, I mean. And once you choose one of them, it gives you this annoying message that you need to remember your password, and you need to wait 5 seconds, I believe, to actually continue. It's kind of self-explanatory that passwords need to be remembered, so I'm not sure why there's that note. But once you select it, tap on an arrow, and there we go, it's now completely set. Now, once you do that, you have also additional settings. So from here we have a couple things that we already seen, things like location, send diagnostic data automatically. So again, you can disable this. It's the same thing as before. Send diagnostic data automatically, just the same thing as before. Automatic system updates. Now this is something that you can check on or off. It will basically automatically update your device if there's a new version. If you don't want it, disable it. We also have some user experience programs. If you want to, you can join. You can also view details to read exactly what it does. And then at the bottom, we have the worst offender, personalized ads, which I personally hate. Basically, it gathers data on everything you search for, and then gives you ads according to what you're looking for. Personally, I consider this to be very intrusive, and I want to turn it off. Now, as you can see also, as the only option on here, it's the one that pops up with, are you sure you want to turn off? Yes, obviously. There we go. And from here we can proceed onwards once we disable the most intrusive part of the Android. And we have default layout of our device. So the difference is the one that is by default is more like an iPhone with all its icons smack in the middle of your home screen, while the app drawer is the typical Android with a drawer where all your apps are being stored. Select whichever one you prefer more, and from there let's proceed further. And then on the next page we have a theme. Now this is purely cosmetic, it doesn't really change much. As you can see, the difference between them is in terms of background, which you can change, and icon style, which also you can change. This one has more of a different shapes for icons, while here we have all squares and different wallpaper. So like I said, choose whichever one you want. From there, proceed on, and it's basically finished. Now there we go. Once that disappears, you can tap on the arrow to finish up the setup. Now if you choose to change the theme, it will take a little bit longer for the device to finish up the setup. If you choose to stick with the one that comes by default, it should do it fairly quickly. But there we go. Once it's finished, you should be on the home screen. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.